Hello people and welcome to the top 10 scariest Disney moments, the commentary. I am Matt Brunet, also known as Animat, creator of Animation Lookback and Animat's Reviews, and what you are pretty much watching is the most popular video that I've ever created according to YouTube. Well, at least part 1. Well, part 2 is the second popularist, but it's not really as popular as the first one for some odd reason. I don't really know. I guess people just like to watch part 1 and then it's like that's it. They forgot there was a part 2. I don't really know. I don't know how it would work. Normally, if there is a part 1, then I would watch a part 2. Anyways, one interesting thing I really want to tell you is that this is actually the first time ever that the Animat character has ever appeared in my videos, but it's not the first time that Animat has appeared on the internet in general. The first time it was in Huey's animated reviews in the episode Scary Godmother, and even in there, I wasn't wearing the blue what was it, blue Aeropostale shirt. It was the it was an orange New York shirt from what I remember, which oddly enough it was released I think a few days or maybe a few weeks before this top 10 was actually released. And you know, the irony is that me and Logan just made a commentary for that episode, so I don't know if it's a super coincidence or something, but anyways, back on to by the way, I just want to also mention that before Animat, it was just I was just Matt. Like even in the top 10 Disney sidekicks, I was just Matt, and I had a different fedora, I had a different like shirt, and I had I think a Mario shirt underneath. Like I didn't even had my orange shirt back then. So oh, and okay, anyways, back onto this top 10. When I was watching The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, you know, it's a good short in general, but I remember back then I was looking for scary stuff. I wanted to look for scary Disney stuff, and I felt a little bit bored when I was watching like the first 2 acts, because originally I wanted to have the entire Sleepy Hollow short into the top 10, but like the first 2, it wasn't really scary at all. It was just like Bing Crosby just explaining. It was like, Ichabod Crane came into Sleepy Hollow. And yeah. And also, I want to mention that a lot of people have been telling me that it wasn't Master Hand, it was Crazy Hand that I used while I was using the Headless Horseman laugh. Just to let you know, people, I do know the difference between Master Hand and Crazy Hand. I love playing Super Smash Bros. And the thing is that I find that the Headless Horseman laugh, you know, the like it fits so well with the seizure-like movements of Crazy Hand instead of just like the smooth motion of Master Hand. So it's just it fits more, you know. Yes, the pink elephants. You know, to be honest, when I was making this, I added in the pink elephants just because everyone else was doing it. Personally, I didn't really find it that scary, but I found that the pink elephants was like everywhere in like the in like top 100 scariest movie moments or stuff like that. And I felt like, well, if everyone else is afraid of it, I guess I can put it on the list, you know. Sure, it's like insane. It's like insane as hell and all that stuff, but you know, now thinking about it, I wouldn't really put it on the list. I would put it like as like a runner-up or something like that. You know, I don't know what to replace it with, but yeah. I know I do get comments that people are afraid of the pink elephants scene, but I don't know. You know, right now I wouldn't have put it in. That's just my opinion. I really do appreciate Return to Oz. I personally think it's a great film. If you haven't seen it, like, go right ahead, go watch it. It has great special effects. You know, it is a dark tone film, and yeah, go ahead. Like, in general, it's a great film. And you know, the one thing I was really surprised to find, oh good god, the heads. Anyways, the critics, apparently they didn't like it because they try to compare it to the 1939 Wizard of Oz movie, and that's kind of a dumb move because they're like two opposite sides of the spectrum, and Return to Oz, it's very faithful to the book, but you know, but yeah, like they're two opposite sides of the spectrum. Like the Wizard of Oz is all light and happy, and then we got to Return to Oz, it's all dark and evil. So yeah, if you guys have a mental capacity like that, if you just want to compare it to the first film, it's not necessarily a sequel. Return to Oz is more, I find it more to be like an adaptation more than a sequel. If it were like an actual sequel, then it would be way more lighthearted than this, trust me. And that, yeah, that's pretty much what I find. Oh yeah, I want to mention that a lot of people have been asking, between the numbers, what is what's with all the clips that I'm showing, and what's the song that I was playing? Okay, well, just to answer that, the song that I was playing was Secret of Survival in a Very Nasty World. That was in the movie Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I think it had most of the Monty Python cast in there. And as for the clips, this is something that I do in all my top 10s. The clips that you see in between the numbers, they are the runner-ups. The ones that they are scary Disney moments, but they're not in the top 10. They're like between 11 and 20. So, and yeah, that's pretty much, that's normally what I do. Like, you'll see an example coming up. Yeah, like right here, I don't know if I picked either the movie or the ride of Tower of Terror, but like that would be number 17 or something like that. Yeah, the Hungry Donald. This one, I pretty much first stumbled upon this. Well, actually, no, I stumbled upon it when I saw it, but like, I was more like introduced to it when I was making the first animation look back, you know, the animation look back Walt Disney Animation Studios, and for me it's like it's a scary scene, yes, but it's in a way it's like hilarious at the same time. I don't know if it's my messed up, I don't know if I messed up by saying this, but it's like because you could do a lot of things with that scene. Like, for example, like what I did in this is, I killed off High School Musical, with the cast of High School Musical with it. Yeah, and speaking of which, that's pretty much everyone's favorite joke, because I will agree, High School Musical is like so bad. Like, even the song right here, what they're playing, is like godforsaken atrocious. It's like, for me, it's like one of the most intolerable parts. It's the High School Musical part because it's High School Musical, and then, yeah, and then like right here, just to let you know, I actually brought my dog's cage into my room, like, to use that effect. And as for the blood, what I did is, I brought in my mom, and I'm not shy to say that, yes, I brought in my mom to help in with my videos. She could be great sometimes when helping out. She would take a shooter glass, and she would fill it with fake blood and then throw it at me. Although the one thing that I would like to rearrange is that, you know, like, you see that, like, a pile of blood that's, like, coming up and then coming down. Like, I would have replaced that with Donald's axe, you know, just thinking about it, like, it would have been better. I remember one commenter, he said that, it was like, what was that thing flying up? It looks like a lobster claw. And it's true, that's what it did, that's what it looked like. But anyways, back onto the video. The Horn King, I will say that, honestly, it's the only interesting part in, he's the only interesting, why can't I speak today? Anyway, the Horn King, for me, is the only interesting thing about the Black Cauldron. Like, if you guys want to go see it, like I would only recommend it to like major Disney buffs. But for anyone, for the rest, I recommend like just look at it once, just for the Horn King. The rest is like not really that interesting. Because personally, I find that he's a very underrated Disney character just because he was in the Black Cauldron. You know, he's like more darker than any other Disney villains. He's more threatening, like that's for sure. And you know, I think he could be like way up there. He could be like with Judge Claude Frollo or Maleficent or all those villains, you know? That, you know, he's that good. Oh, and oh my god, this is the one thing in the first part on YouTube that everyone agrees Pleasure Island is scary, and it's such a dark scene. It really is. I mean, first off, the one thing that really struck me more, it's the coachman right here. You know, the funny thing is that he even looks like, if you could just replace his clothing, he looks like a priest. And you know, the funny thing is for me is that after he does that pedo smile, is that afterwards, Honest John and Gideon, like, they were looking at him like as if they were scared. It's like, oh god, what are you gonna do to him? I always find that it was so funny that afterwards, like, the coachman would just tell them that he's gonna turn the kids into donkeys, and then Honest John and Gideon would look at each other and go like, oh, thank god, I thought you were gonna do something else. Oh god, that is just so bad. Oh god. But anyways, yeah, this is another scary thing. Yeah, this is another scary scene. The transformation. Normally, I think this was executed very well. Yeah, how this thing was set up, like, especially this part right here, like he's freaking out about it, and at the end when he goes like, Mama, that is just freaky as hell. Like, I think it was very well executed, and that's another thing, that Pinocchio doesn't even do anything to the kids. Like, I remember seeing a more recent adaptation of Pinocchio, where Pinocchio ends up saving all the kids in Pleasure Island, and the thing, and like even in here, like they didn't do anything. Like the kids, well, they don't do anything bad. Well, yeah, they did bad things. But, you know, it may be bad to say, actually, but I find that anyone who would say a bad comment on my videos, like they call me like an annoying fag or something, these are the kids that would most likely go to Pleasure Island. So if you want to call me the next time you people call me an annoying fag, keep in mind, there's a fun little place where you can go. You can troll all you want, but you'll end up in a freaking salt mine, just like Eddie Murphy in Shrek. Well, wait, no, I didn't phrase that well. Screw it. You know what I mean. Ah, yes. Oh, yeah, and this part right here. You know, I was worried that nobody would get that joke like this one, you know, when I was saying like, oh my god, that was freaky. You know, I was trying to say that, like, when we see, like, the queen turn into the witch. I don't know if anyone would get that. And, yeah, that's one thing. I didn't get any comments, people saying that they don't get it, but I don't know. I feel maybe it doesn't work. And, by the way, the reason why I put in the ride instead of, like, the actual scene, because for me, what's even scarier than, like, the character you would see on film, like, in a freaky situation, is if you're in that freaky situation. And with this ride, you're literally... That's exactly what happens. Like, you're in the scary forest, and all the animals are trying to kill you and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, and that's the thing. At Disney World, apparently, like, it's freaky, and... I heard it's much more freakier, and I have to admit, the witch kind of looks like, it reminds me so much of Gruntilda from Banjo-Kazooie, of how she's designed. But the thing is that right now that ride is no longer at Disney World right now. I don't know if it's there at Disneyland. I'm not sure, but at Disney World it's gone because of the new Fantasyland expansion. Oh, okay, people, I must tell you this. Something Wicked This Way Comes is something that you guys must see. I'm pretty sure that everyone has that one live-action Disney film from the 80s they think is underrated. For me, it's this one, you know? Like, some people would have, Flight of the Navigator or something else, but for me, this is it. This is like one freaky film, but it's so good at the same time. It's such an intense film as well, and yeah, like it's like scenes like this, and then suddenly, yeah, kid getting decapitated in a Disney film. You know, this is like one of those moments you see like the kid's head being chopped off, and you go na 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 na. No, but I remember at one point I got an email from Disney, like it was the Disney Insider. They were saying like, if you guys want to watch a scary movie but kid-friendly at the same time without all the gore, come watch Something Wicked This Way Comes. I was like, no, dude, there's blood in there is gore in that movie. Trust me. Like, here, you see blood dripping out of his hand, and it's dark. Like, oh, and okay, this scene right here, when he rips off the papers, like, when he's counting, it's like 38, 39, oh, 40, old heart. I love that scene so much. It's like, literally, my reaction right here, it's literally how I feel when watching it. I feel so stressed when watching it. Oh, and the thing is, I only showed you like a fraction of it. He keeps going like 42, 43, 44, 49, 50, 51. Oh my god, it is so intense. And even afterwards, like he's going to get the kids. Even that part was so intense as well. Oh, I gotta go watch that movie again. Oh, it's so good. I love Something Wicked This Way Comes. Yes. Oh, it's a great film. Oh no, oh wait a minute. Oh my god. Okay, people, I need to tell you something. Yes, I do have a fear of the Haunted Mansion, and I personally do believe that it's a freaking scary ride. And like, right now, like, I think like the updated version, I think they did in 2006, I think they did it like even freakier than before. Oh my god. Like, I will admit, I've only been there once, and it was after the, like, the upgrade stuff, and, afterward, but I've seen some clips of how it was before, and, oh my god, it was not, like, it's like, yeah, it's freaky, but it's, like, campy freaky, but now it's, like, legit freaky, like, you know the coffin, like, you see a hand coming out of the coffin, like a dead hand coming out of the coffin, but right now you just see, like, it's a living hand, like, trying to get out of, like, ripping off the coffin. It's like, help, let me out. It's like, oh my god. Oh, like, and so much more. It's such a, it scares me. It's legitimately scary. I will admit that in the scene right here, I should have done more practice in doing the voice of the ghost host. I definitely could have gone better. I think I've done it a little bit too low pitch. If I would have done more rehearsals and more practicing, more practicing and more research, I could have done a better version of it. But I wouldn't do it right now, but, oh god. Okay, yeah, and this is one of the reasons. Some of the ghosts, good god, they are some of the most horrifying things that Disney can ever make. Like, I can understand the hitchhiking ghost. Okay, that's like campy, scary. Yeah, like that. Okay, yeah, the Hatbox ghost. Yeah. Thank you. That is beautiful. And this right here, yeah. Great job, Disney. I love it. Okay. Oh yeah, and Bravo, Disney! Congratulations! You made the most horrifying freaking thing of all times. Okay, people, go look. Okay, if you think that the Haunted Mansion is a fun, campy little ride, go look at a picture or look at the attic scene of look at the attic scene or look at a picture of Constance. That's her name, Constance Hatchaway. Come back, okay? Then come back to me and still say, "Oh, the Haunted Mansion is still funny." She is the most horrifying freaking thing of all times. Oh God, she's scared. Oh my God, she's. You know, I just want to say, in Epic Mickey, the one thing that I want to do is, the one thing I would wish to do in Epic Mickey is have a boss battle with Constance. Warren Spector, if you're listening to me, I know that you mentioned her in the first Epic Mickey in your freaking fetching game with Horace Horsecollar, but I want a freaking one-on-one battle with that demon dressed in a bride's dress right now. Oh God. Like this, it's the only way I would go and face my fears. Go out in a freaking epic way. No, but seriously, like she's pure evil. Like for me, the Haunted Mansion is just what happens if you give Disney magic to the wrong person. Oh God. I'm not saying it's a bad ride. It's one of the best. It's one of the best rides, if not the best ride that Disney has ever made. It's actually, in terms of how it is as a ride, it is amazing. But I do not like freaking scary rides where you feel like you're gonna freaking die. But okay, enough of this Haunted Mansion talk. It just brings back bad memories. But anyway, okay, let's talk about Extraterrestrial. Now, honestly, I haven't gone there as a kid, but I remember at one point I wanted to go to Extraterrestrial because it seems cool. I realized, I think I could do it. It looks pretty cool. Now I know some of you may think like, but you just said, yeah, I know. For me, there's a difference between aliens and ghosts. Okay, but anyways, Extraterrestrial, how it looks awesome. Like, honestly, how it is right now with Stitch and all that stuff, I think I do say it best in there. It's pussified, even though it may not be the nicest word to say, but you know, it really is. I mean, you don't feel like you're gonna die or something like that. You don't feel like a freaky alien's next to you. It's just godforsaken Stitch. It's like, and that suddenly burps in your face, smelling like godforsaken chili. That's all it is. Even though the animatronics really do look amazing, they really are. I really do believe Stitch is like right in front of me, but it was better. You know, it's just the thought of it was better. That's my problem with it. Oh gosh, yeah. Why did I put that again? Okay, yeah. 9 on Bald Mountain. Now, I may have already said it on the list itself, but might as well repeat it, but whatever. I believe that ever since the beginning of man, or at least the beginning of religion, the most frightening thing that everyone can think of is eternal damnation in hell. And that's pretty much what it is. And that's, like, just even getting a glimpse of hell is, like, nobody even wants to think about it. And that's pretty much why I put 9 on Bald Mountain, because it's a small glimpse of hell. And I will admit, it's actually a fantastic and even beautiful scene. Like, this is something that this is the reason why Disney, like, this is why it's one of the most popular segments in Fantasia, because we know that Disney is not going to do something like this again, because this is literally more like animation as art, because it's what it is. They decide to go full legit on the violence and the nudity and all that stuff. And it's what makes it so, and that's why I say that it's beautiful, because Disney is not going to do another one of these, but it's like it's so evil. There's like the evilness and the the scariness and like all the monsters and all that stuff. It has its own. It's like so evil, so scary. It's beautiful. That's pretty much what it is. The top 10 scariest Disney moments. Yes, and originally I wanted to have like after like I would do this like I laugh and stuff like that, and there's like a flash of white. Originally after that I wanted to have like a giant puff of smoke. It's like oh, I've overdone it. Cue the credits. Like after here there would be fog, but I didn't have time to have like a fog machine or anything, so I decided to do this. And honestly, I think I'm actually satisfied with this ending. I think it works. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to say thanks, guys, for listening to this commentary. I shall join you next time, and see you later, dudes. Now cue the Luigi's Mansion music, and done. Now. None.